video. I'm so excited to talk to you about this. This video is brought to you by the EA Game Changers program. Boing! So I was granted special exclusive access to the information that was shared at EA Play, and I am so excited to talk to you guys more about the exciting new things that are coming with this pack, as well as stuff that's coming with the update. So most of you guys may know that when we heard the EA Play announcement of The Sims, they talked about the Pride stuff that's going to be coming out on the 18th. I do not have a 100% definitive answer as to whether or not all the other stuff that I'm going to talk about that comes in the update will be the 18th, but I'm maybe 97% sure, okay? So we are getting a lot of stuff that's going to come out with a free update, so we'll talk about that in a minute. I have a list, and it's huge! It's like this big and this big. It's huge. But if you guys haven't already, please hit that subscription button. Boing! And also give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Okay, number one. First, I'm going to go over the list of things that I specifically asked questions about that I got answers to, okay? The things that I was most excited to have answered, okay? First of all, Harvestables. Y'all know that I care about Harvestables. We are getting new Harvestables. They're all trees, and we're getting coconut, pineapple, taro, and kava. Four new Harvestables. So 4 new Harvestable trees. Exciting. We already know from some of the other discussion and from the announcement at EA Play that kava is a special drink. It must be a fruit. It's a fruit, obviously. And then it's made into a special drink that your Sims will make, and it's a whole cultural thing. I'm super excited. Then, guys, my video that I did on Sunday that came out Sunday morning because of some leaks from EA Play, is the thing that I was most excited about from that video and from that leak was the off-the-grid lot trait, okay? So I speculated in my other video what may possibly be happening with that, and I have some definitive answers, and I am so excited. First thing first, this off-the-grid trait is coming with the free update. Free update! It doesn't come with Island Living. It's part of the free update. And how exciting is that? Holy freaking crap balls. Like, I'm so excited. Holy flip-flops. What the freak? I'm so excited. Okay, so with that, the lot trait, okay, here's what will happen if you put this lot trait on your lot, which means that you can use it in any world. You don't have to have Island Living for it. Is there will be no plumbing or electricity unless you use some special items, which also means that there are no bills. There's also limited internet. So I think that what that is going to look like, they didn't explain this, but I think that what that's going to look like is maybe you could only use your phone. You can't actually hook up your computer and do things. Maybe you can do like a couple of things like order services, but you can't, surf the web, which is perfectly fine to me. So if you can't surf the web and stuff, I'm hoping that what that means is that Sims won't be on their phones so much, which I think would be awesome. If that's not true, I do really believe that this lot trait could be modded very easily to include that without having a huge addition to your game, which is amazing. So like I said, it will be available everywhere. So you're going to be able to use it in any world with any expansions. Even if you only have base game, you'll be able to use it. So lots of items will have what's called functional off the grid, okay? So that's like an extra detailed line that's going to be included in the items. They went through those pretty fast, so I didn't really get to see exactly like where it's at, what it looks like. So I don't know exactly, but I do know that the terminology, the wording is functional off the grid, okay? So the update, okay, so I do know that these items, there are several items that have this functional off the grid that are included with Island Living. What I do not know for sure is if we're getting any in our free update that will be usable with the base game. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to go back and like add it to some of the things we've already gotten. Maybe some of the stuff from Laundry Day. Maybe some of the stuff that just came out, you know, the like really weird tubs and stuff that came out with Strangerville. You know, maybe they'll go back and add that in. I don't really know. I don't know if they do that. Like if they go back and change and add things from other stuff packs. I don't know. But I'm hoping that it will not just be the stuff that comes with Island Living. I'm almost certain that they'll probably have to include at least one of every item. My speculation, honestly, is that what they'll do is they'll add it to the stuff you can make with woodworking. That would make the most sense. It's possible that they will put in some new items, but it makes the most sense to add it to the toilet, the bathtub, and that you can make for off the grid. Maybe add it to some of the stuff that came with Outdoor Retreat, maybe. At least the woodworking thing would then be base game. I don't know. It's complicated and it's tough because I don't know the answer, but I speculate, okay? I have a feeling this is going to be a really long video because there's so much stuff to cover. So bear with me, guys. There's a lot of interesting stuff, okay? So what we did see, what they showcased to us was a sink, a tub, and a shower, okay, that had this functional off the grid. So that means that I don't know if we're going to get some sort of kitchen stuff. I don't know if you'll be able to use some sort of stove, maybe a wood-burning stove. We do have a wood-burning stove already in the game, so maybe they'll add that functionality to it. And then I also don't know about anything like a ice box or some sort of refrigerator of some kind that you can use. They didn't say anything about there being stuff like solar panels or wind energy or anything like that. So I don't know anything about that. I think that what happens is just magically it works. I don't know. They didn't say anything about adding wells or adding any sort of wind energy. I don't know. It's free. It's exactly what I wanted, and I'm hyped. I'll get over the it doesn't make sense part later. Okay, so I did get a list of things that were for sure confirmed to be in a free update, okay? So this is why I seriously believe that the free update will be included with the Pride Pack when that comes out, because my guess is it'll need to come out before Island Living comes out, and the first two are the reasons why, okay? So we're getting a plastic lounge chair, okay? So the plastic lounge chair that you see in some of the videos and some of the screenshots, not the one that's like covered in fabric, but the plastic one, that's included in a free update, so everybody will get that. And then the off-the-grid lot trait, obviously. There is another lot trait that I'll tell you about in a minute. It is also included with the free update. It's called Clothing Optional, which is really funny. And then we're getting new diaper swatches, on our toddler diapers, which were adorable, so that you can switch their swatches to make it look like they're wearing little like swim diapers. Oh, it was so cute. It was so cute. So let's see. I'm guessing too that the other swatches that were like teased about on that like number tweet that we were all going off about, I think that those other swatches are going to be included with this update, but that was not confirmed. So I have no confirmation that that's true, but I do speculate that that will be the case. Okay, so then the next thing that's coming with the free update is a job update. So you know how annoying it is that sometimes you just want a little special job. You just want to be like, oh, I just want a part-time job. But you can't have a part-time job because you're a young adult and only teens can have part-time jobs. Well, that's going to change with the free update. So all teen jobs are going to be added to be able for adults and for every other Sims life stage up. So young adult, and elder, I'm sure. They didn't say anything about elders, but I would guess because they're not any different. But so all of those up to be able to do that. It always bothered me that my elders couldn't have a part-time job, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm really excited about that. The other thing that they talked about with that is that we would be getting some new odd jobs. And I think that when they keep saying the term odd jobs, because they don't explain it, but what my guess is that, you know how they added in with the graphic designer and the freelance like the 2 freelance careers we just got. Or the freelance careers we just got with that update. I think that it's going to be like that, where it functions like that, and just like the Get Famous stuff, where it's going to be, you know, where you can sign up to do odd jobs, and then somebody's going to call and say, I need someone to fix my toilet, and you're going to come and fix it. Like, I think that that is kind of where they're going with this, but they didn't explain it. So I don't know if it's going to be a rabbit hole thing, or if it's going to be, you know, something like that. I really don't know, but I'm excited about it no matter what, because I don't like my Sims to like just work. I don't like any of the jobs that to have my Sims do. I like living off the grid. I like making my own money, and I would love to do some odd jobs. So I'm all about it. The last thing that I have on my list for things that are going to happen is the randomizer. So the trait randomizer is coming with the free update. It's not a part of the pack. We all kind of speculated that that was going to be the cast, but what we didn't know until now is that that randomizer is going to be included when your Sims age up, not just in cast. So when your Sims age up, so when you age up your baby to a toddler, you can click randomize, and then it will just happen. When you age your kids up from toddler to child, you can hit randomize, and it'll just happen. They didn't go into it, so I'm not 100% sure if it's only going to randomize traits or if it will also randomize aspirations. I don't know. I didn't see them click the button, so I don't really know exactly what, but 100% for sure traits, possibly aspirations. Ah! I'm so excited about that. So excited. Okay. So those are all of the questions that I was most excited about, the things that were most important to me. Now I have a couple of different categories. The next thing on the list is lots, world, and building, okay? So the first thing I want to tell you about is that we're getting 3 separate neighborhoods, okay? I'm probably going to say these all terribly, but I'm going to try, okay? So the upscale neighborhood is called Lonnie St. Taz, okay? It's really pretty. We weren't in there long enough for me to count the lots. When I counted the lots, I got 2 less than what we're getting. And so I must have missed some, but I think it's 3 or 4 lots in that area, okay? Then Onali Town, okay? Ohanali Town, okay? So that's the town island where we've seen most of the pictures happen, where all of the like festivals and all of that activity is going to happen, okay? And I think that that like hut thing that we've seen in all the images, the kind of round but hexagonal maybe structure, I think that that's part of the town. And then the bar part, okay? And so that is part of the town, okay? Then the natural island where the volcano is called Mui Pelam, I think. Something like that. Okay, so that's where the volcano is, and then also where the main conservation efforts happen. So if you join the career of being a conservationalist, that's where you're going to spend the most of your time doing that. And I think that the way that they kind of made it sound is that that island is the one where your conservationalistness, is that a word, is most impacted. Okay, so the scene where they like clean up and then the butterflies come, that all happens on the volcano. So Mui Pelam, okay? So we're getting 14 new lots, several on each island, 3 different islands, okay? So the 3 neighborhoods, 3 different islands, several on each island. It was hard to tell the sizes, but there is a mix of big lots and small lots, and there is for sure one 64 by 64 lot, which is exciting. So new lot things that we're getting, okay? So we're getting a new commercial venue type, okay? It's called Beach Park, okay? So basically what they showed us was a park on the beach, okay? It was like, oh, look, there's, you know, people building sandcastles. There's some, you know, towels laid out. There's some lounge chairs, you know, there was a grill or whatever, okay? So cool. So the lot traits off the grid and clothing optional. Those obviously were the free update, but they do exist. They didn't talk about if there were more lot traits that just come with island living. So I'm not 100% on that. Okay. So we are getting several festivals. One thing that I did learn for sure is that when festivals are happening, you like follow the balloons. So those big balloons that we were seeing that look like fish and birds and stuff, those are the balloons, and you like follow them up to the festival grounds, which is pretty cool. So there's a fire festival, a kava festival, a fishing tournament, and I'm guessing that the fire dancing is included in the fire festival, but it may be a separate festival. I don't really know because it wasn't clear and I was ferociously taking notes, okay? So there is fire dancing probably at the fire festival, okay? So the build items that I saw that I thought were most important to tell you about is we're getting a new swing, okay? So a beach swing. It looks like driftwood was tied together to make this swing, and it's so pretty. So it's possible we're getting another one. You know, maybe we'll get like porch swings or something. Like, how awesome would that be? But I didn't see those items, so I don't know. Speculation, possibility, but not sureness. Is that a word? I don't know. Certainty, that's better. Okay, we are getting a new canopy bed, and there's 3 new loungers, okay? Lounge chairs. 3 lounge chairs. I guess they're not new because we've never had them. They are new. Okay, 3 lounge chairs, whatever. So there's 2 that are cushiony. One is kind of wickery looking, and then the one is the wooden one that we've seen in most of the videos and stuff. And then another one that comes with the free update that's the plastic one, okay? Then we're getting a new canopy bed, okay? So this canopy bed is a half canopy, okay? So it's like the headboard and then like halfway across the bed with like curtains hanging, and it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love with it. So we're also getting glass floors. It did look like we had several different kinds of options, but they're like in a 4x4 grid. So there's a 4x4 grid, and then there, you know, the option, you can do an option where there's like, you know, no marks in between the grids. You could do a couple of different options. It looked like, I think, hopefully, okay. We're also getting functional ceiling fans, guys. The ceiling fans will now cool us down. They're not just gonna be there hanging out looking cool. They're gonna actually do things. They will cool down the room, which is incredibly exciting. I'm so excited about that. I really hope that there's gonna be a way to make things like that function on off the grid lots, because I feel like you should be able to still have a fan, or do something that creates movement of air through your room, your house, if you have all these windows open and stuff. So I hope that the fan is still something we can use off the grid, but I don't know for sure. So we did get some new kitchen and bath items. I did for sure see a new countertops. We've seen these in the videos too, but I saw a new bathtub. There was a new sink, and there looked to be a new shower. And a toilet, but I didn't get a good look at either of those because I was very entranced with the bathtub because of something I'll tell you soon. Okay, then around the build lots, or the lots and the island and stuff, there's a hidden cave. By that cave, there happens to be a waterfall. And in that waterfall, you bet your bottom dollar you sure can, woohoo! And it was amazing. I was like, waterfall woohoo! Waterfall woohoo! Waterfall woohoo! I was very excited. In that waterfall, you can also shower, and it was really exciting. So when you use the waterfall woohoo, there's 2 different moodlets. Eye everywhere, or eyes maybe, and then woohoo with frogs. I don't know for sure if either of those were good or bad. It was just something that was relayed to us. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And I'm super excited about it. Okay. Next we'll get on to the mermaids, okay? So the mermaids were absolutely gorgeous. We've seen tons and tons of images of what they do, but we got some, and what they look like, but we got some information about some other things. One of the things that I want to say that I didn't actually type in here is that when you make your mermaids, you can give them shark teeth. Shark teeth are an option so they can look like crazy vicious. It's pretty cool. Okay, so one of the coolest things that we saw during the stream and stuff where we were all finding out this information, is the Mermaid Kiss, okay? So it's in the water and it's gorgeous. Like, they swim around each other. They swim around each other and then they kiss each other, and it was so great. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best kiss. I did also find out that that Mermaid Kiss is a kiss that you can do even when you're not a mermaid. So in the water, you can like swim around each other and then kiss, and it's beautiful. It's so great. So mermaids, you know how when you have a vampire, there's some things that are different about their overall like life things that they need. So, you know, instead of them needing to go to the bathroom, they just don't need to. They have like vampiric energy that takes up a couple of the different slots of need moodlets, I guess. So mermaids have the same thing, but they're only one different than every other sim. Instead of having hygiene, they need hydration, okay? So they have to spend time in the water or drinking water or, you know, washing their hands. They have to do things around water in order to stay hydrated. If they don't stay hydrated, they they get really sick and they have to go into the water or whatever. And so this still applies when they're in sim form, like human form. So if they're on the beach for a long period of time, they're going to have to drink a lot of water, you know, wash their hands, maybe take a bath. So there is a thing called a siren lullaby. And so you can like sing this lullaby to other people in the water. It's pretty cool. And the sound that it makes is amazing. I was like, oh my gosh. I think that you can change your sim's voice, your mermaid sim's voice, in order to change what the sound sounds like. So that was pretty cool. And you can also like summon a threat in the water. And so if there's a sim in there bothering you, you can like summon a threat and it comes and like pulls them under and stuff. It was pretty crazy. There's like this dark shadow, all this stuff. It was great. And then there is like algae/kelp that's in the water periodically. And that may be part of the way that you could turn into a mermaid if you weren't born that way, which is cool. You can, listen, when mermaids take baths in the house, their tail comes out and it like flops over the tub, and it is the most amazing thing ever. It was so great. I like squealed. It was so beautiful. Now, if you have seasons as well as island living, your mermaids will have the power to summon thunderstorms, which is super nifty. I was so excited to hear that. I was like, ooh. And then mermaids, kind of like, you know how we have the like system for fame and for reputation and stuff? So mermaids use that reputation system, or, you know, their trait, good, bad system, okay? And so good mermaids have certain things that they can do. Bad mermaids have things that they can do. And neutral mermaids can do both, okay? So you have, in order to stay neutral, I think you have to do them both evenly, or you like swap over. It wasn't explained in great detail, but it was pointed out. So it'll be interesting to explore that a little more, but that's like kind of a first glimpse at it, okay? So that's all I have to say about mermaids right now. Then I have a huge list of things about the water, okay? So the first thing I want to say about the water, which I feel like is going to be a disappointment to most people, is swimming in the ocean, lakes, whatever, is not being added to all worlds, okay? It is not. It apparently is a possibility for the future. It was specifically stated to us that way, that it's a possibility for the future, something that they are considering exploring, but it is not coming now, okay? So don't freak out, don't panic, don't be sad. It's not happening now. There have been some world updates that include some of the other stuff, but I don't think swimming. So that's a thing. Okay. My favorite thing, which I put in like huge capitals and stuff on this, is there is an underwater camera for when you're scuba diving and snorkeling, not scuba diving, when you're snorkeling or swimming under the water, diving under, and you can take pictures under the water. It goes into your inventory and you can put them up on your walls and stuff. Oh gosh, we didn't get to see it, but I'm so excited about it. The next thing that's all in bold is there are sharks. There are sharks. They come at you and they could kill you. You could die by a shark, okay? Now, It was specifically said that sharks don't spawn very often. The longer you spend in the water, the more likely you are to see them, but it's not like every time you're in the water you're gonna have to run from sharks, okay? And they don't always attack you, so they could just swim by. And it was crazy, okay? So now, when you're swimming for a long period of time, you could get cramps, and if you get cramps for too long, you could drown. But that's been true for pools for a long time. One thing that I was really excited to learn is that kids can snorkel with you. We haven't seen the kids use any of the new stuff really, except for sandcastles in any of the images or the trailers or anything. And so I was nervous that kids weren't going to be able to use anything like snorkel or anything. They can 100% snorkel. You also get to gain hygiene in the water, which is exciting. So if you live off the grid, you can go for a swim. You can, shower in the waterfall and get everything up and going and ready and clean and stuff, which is awesome. So I told you about the kissing in the water. And I did tell you, so you can do that in all water. Oh, no, I didn't tell you, but you can do that in all water, not just the ocean. So this new kiss, as well as a lot of other water activities, not activities isn't the right word, water, like the way you look in the water, what you do, like the floating and all of that stuff can be done in pools now too. So it'll be able to be done in all water. Splashing, using floaties, all that kind of stuff will be able to be used in all water, not just in the ocean. And so that's pretty exciting. So you'll be able to do that kiss in the water in pools and stuff. Oh, so exciting. Okay, so I told you about it not being in all worlds. Darn sad. Okay. I told you about the showering and the waterfall, woohoo. Most of the new water stuff can happen in all pools. We talked about that. Perfect. Okay, so the floats, the little like lounge chair floating things that we've seen. There are 3 types. There's the lounge chair. There's a whale looking one. So it's the one that's like got the fishtail up. And then there's a pizza. There's a piece of pizza, which is funny. You can nap and sunbathe on those floaties. You can splash other Sims. And then there's like a super splash thing where you like jump up and you can splash down and get everybody around you wet, which is cool. It does drift in the water. So if you're on the ocean and you're just on it, it'll drift around. You're not just going to stay in one spot, which is cool. The aqua zips and the boats have an option to name them. So if you wanted to name your aqua zip, you can give it a name, which is pretty cool, like Sally or something. I don't know. It does appear still as though they only hold one sim. I haven't seen any images that make it possible for, somebody to ride behind you on the aqua zip, or for you to have another person in the boat. And then there was no answer at all about whether aqua zips or boats can be used by children. The other thing that I also didn't find out is, oh no, I already told you that only one sim can use it. I don't know where I was going with that. Okay, so there are also turtles, which we saw on the images, little turtles. And there are some other animals, okay? They appear more when you take care of the ocean and the island, and it was said this way, there may be a special turtle hatching event, which is so exciting! I don't know how it happens. I don't know how. It probably has to do with the conservationalist, and I'm really excited about it because that's going to be amazing. Dolphins appear at certain times of the day, but you can call them. I think that you can probably only do that if you've befriended them, but I'm not sure. And they appear near the buoys. That's what those buoys basically are around the areas. Okay, so there was a huge fishing update. I think that we're getting something that makes it look like there's actual fish in the water, like fishing spots, kind of like you get like in Stardew Valley. I saw something when we were looking that kind of looked like that by the buoy, but I don't know for sure if it had to do with the dolphins or if it had to do with something else. I don't really know. But we are getting a fishing update that has a ton of new fish. You can make a living doing it. There's a career. There'll be endangered species fish. So I'm guessing that if you fish them, maybe it's going to give us an option to throw it back if it's an endangered species, because that would only make sense and it would maybe boost your island love or, whatever that's called. There's also fish traps, which is cool. So maybe we're going to get things like crustaceans, like crabs and lobster and stuff. Ooh, that would be awesome. That would be very exciting. And so I'm excited to see the food updates if we're getting all this new fish. There is a high skill cast, so you can cast differently, maybe to get better fish when you have a better skill. There are new spots to fish in all worlds. And there's a fishing tournament, which is very exciting. There wasn't a for sure whether or not that was only a island living thing. My guess is yes, but it's possible it will be added other places. I don't really know. And then also the algae that we talked about with the mermaids, okay? So then there's some beach items that I think are going to be kind of exciting for everybody. So the towels that we've seen in all the videos are going to be portable. Obviously, you can put them up in your inventory. You can take them with you to go down to the beach, lay them back down. The plastic beach lounger is also portable so that you can take that with you. There is a item in Build Buy that you can place down and that will be available around town that allows you to buy things for the beach. Much like what was in Granite Falls for Outdoor Retreat. I can never remember the title of that pack for the life of me. I just can't. Okay, so tanning and sunburning is an island living thing only. You will not get sunburns or tans in any other world. It's island living only. And tans are outfit specific. So depending on what you're wearing is how your tan and your sunburn will look. There are several options for like moodlets and stuff on how you feel when you're tanning. So cooking in the sun, sun-kissed, nice tan. And then you get like a red glow around you when you start to like looking like you're going to burn soon. I think it's like an alert. Help the sim! Alert, alert! And so that kind of alerts you. Then also we saw in the video the pranks about with the lotion thing. Apparently with the pranks, there's several different outcomes for how that's going to look on you. There's one that looks like graffiti art that has like handprints and like words and stuff on you, and it's ridiculous. But then there's several different other types of sunburns, and they all, I think that it's kind of like the snowmen where, it's like random which one you're going to get. You go to do it and it's random how it looks, which is exciting, but also like, Okay, so then there's the fire and forget it pit. I was like, fire and forget it. What does that mean? No, the new cooking pit. Good Lord. Words are hard. Okay, the fire pit. It's the one with the bamboo leaves that we saw in the trailer and the images, So there's a ton of new cooking items that were listed on there that you can do on that pit. And they do look like they're the size of grand feasts. I don't have any for sure on that, but I do think that they're probably going to be a 12-person food item. It didn't look like you could select several sizes. It was just kind of what it was. Kind of like when you select a grill. Like you click the grill and you say that you want to cook this thing and it just cooks however many it cooks. You don't get a choice. Okay, now we're to the fun part. Everything's been exciting. But now we're to a couple of different things. We're going to talk about Volcanoes, Woohoo, and Deaths. Okay. So the volcano is really exciting. If you don't take good care of the land, it will erupt because it's angry. It's mad at you. But it could also erupt randomly. So there seems to be two types of eruptions, the small and then the large. There may be a medium, but we only talked about the two. Okay. So when you do the large one, the whole island shakes and giant meteors like shoot out of the sky. Okay. And it's crazy. So if you touch those meteors, you could catch on fire and die. Or you could just catch on fire and get hurt. But it depends. If you let them cool, you can break them open, and there's geological things and decor. There's geological things in them. You can also just keep the rock as a decor item to be like, ooh, I survived a volcanic eruption. And then you also get steam vents that appear on the ground if you've survived a volcanic eruption. It didn't look like they destroy your house or anything. They just kind of land around where you've built. So I'm curious to find out if that would change. If, you know, because we were on like a lot that was built for this lot, you know, like we were looking at a house that was built on here that comes with the game. It's like a base game house. So, or a world house. And I don't really know if maybe like if I had built the entire span of this house, if the volcano knows that my house is there and doesn't crash through it, or if it crashes through it and breaks things. That would be cool, but I don't know. And yes, so you can break it open. Okay, we talked about that. Exciting. And the volcano's beautiful. It's really pretty. You can kind of explore it a little bit. It's pretty cool. Okay, so now Woohoo and Deaths, okay? So far, they only revealed one Woohoo. It is also possible that we'll be able to Woohoo in the ocean or maybe in a shower, depending, because they did add the waterfall Woohoo. I think it's possible that we could have the other one. But the thing is that the waterfall Woohoo, there's only one waterfall, and so it's only in that specific place. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it anywhere else. I don't know. It wasn't confirmed, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we'll get shower and ocean Woohoo or water Woohoo because the pool and stuff. And it would just be, they just have to put bubbles and stuff around, and then you don't see anything, and it's great. It's great. Okay. Now, they talked about several deaths. Not just one, not just two, but several, okay? So you can burn to death from touching the volcanic rock and catching fire. You can die by shark. You can be pulled underwater by a mermaid siren calling a dangerous creature. You can die via the sun, which is something that we've already kind of had, you know, with heat stroke and stuff, with seasons. And though it isn't that new, there's also the ocean dying from getting cramps. So that's 5 new deaths. Well, 3 new deaths. 2 deaths that may occur more often because of 2 deaths that we kind of already have, but could be occurring more often. Okay, so to recap, my very favorite thing that I learned, other than all of the awesome stuff that I'm super excited about, is this off-grid thing. I cannot wait to explore that more, and I just can't wait. My guess is that it'll be around the 18th. It'll be the 18th that we get that update, and I'm very, very excited about it. I just can't wait. Like, I'm dying to play with it. I just can't wait. I'm really excited about all the new deaths and all the cool water things. Mermaids, I think, are going to be really fun, and it's probably an occult sim that I'm really going to enjoy playing with. I specifically really like that they can just be a human and can live amongst everybody in the you know, on the island and stuff, where I don't really love that about vampires. It feels like when you're a vampire, people just always are like, oh my gosh, you're a vampire, and then it's like a thing, because you've got to eat them. You have to eat them, so it's a thing, you know? I am really wondering if mermaids just eat all the same stuff, like if they eat food, or if maybe they need to eat fish. I wonder if they can swim around and catch fish under the water. Like, there's a lot of things that we still don't know, and I'm very excited to find out. But thank you guys again for joining me for this video. I'm super, super hyped. This has been killing me since I've been under embargo. And thank you again to EA and the Game Changers program for giving me this early access sneak peek. I'm very, very excited. It was a fantastic opportunity, and I'm very grateful. Again, if you haven't already, please hit that subscription button. And if you have any questions or comments, you just want to chat, put it down below, and I will try to respond. You can also join my Discord, where we chit and chat all the time about the things. Love you guys to pieces, and I'll check you later. Bye-bye!